And today, Epstein's never-ending reach. Yeah.
If you've been online at all for the past couple days, it's basically impossible to avoid the topic we're going to cover today. And that's because on Friday, January 30th, the United States Department of Justice, the DOJ, released another batch of the files pertaining to Jeffrey Epstein, an additional 3 million pages at that. There are now
3
over
million?
6 million files in the public record detailing the horrific crimes Epstein has committed, including chilling videos, images, and first-hand accounts from victims that have come out. Much of this content is being scrutinized for being poorly redacted, despite the DOJ ensuring multiple layers of review and quality control. However, the identity of at least 40 survivors have been revealed throughout the documents, with some admitting the experience to be re-traumatizing and disturbing. Some of these photos include the naked bodies of victims, unredacted, leaving publications like the New York Times to personally notify the Department of Justice to push for further redactions.
Imagine that. Because, bro, again, as he said, if you've been on social media, you've heard something about this. There was one day last week, Wednesday, actually a week ago, to this day, I was on Instagram, and I went down a rabbit hole. It was video after video, reel after reel, talking about this, talking about that, and it really just brought my levels, my energy all the way down, bro. It was sickening. But the worst part of it all is, even though the DOJ, right, the government, released these files, released all of this true information, nobody's going to do anything about it. Or should I say, yet. They've got us so FUCKED on both sides, taking it from the front and the back. You got bills, you got, life, the social and economical, relations of the world. You have so many things going on that you can legit see without a doubt, full hardcore proof that some of your favorite actors, singers, rappers were legit consuming other human beings under the age of 18. You can legit see that with your own eyes. Read about it, hear about it, and just swipe up. Continue to doom scroll. Put your phone down, get on the game, go to sleep, wake up, go to work, and now it's just something that happened yesterday. And it's like, wow, shit is sickening, bro.
Going fucking insane here? Is this not crazy? We should tell the government to redact more of their stuff. Hey, by the way, there's just uncensored photos here, you fucking morons. Oh, that must have slipped through the quality control. There are also reportedly thousands of redaction failures, and in some cases, duplicates of the same file were released with completely different redactions, revealing more information than intended. There are also other strange, blatant errors, like a photo of Michael Jackson and Diana Ross with their children, redacted as if they're victims, despite it being a seemingly innocuous, publicly available photo. It seems like they're trying to redact things, or they're just blindly, if there's any kind of children or anything, they're just throwing it over there without knowing what's bad or what's public.
And it's like, who is behind this? I mean, then again, nigga did say 9 million pages, so. Imagine being the guy in charge of. Bro, imagine reviewing a 9 million page essay. Shit. I probably would have made some mistakes too. Probably would have duplicated some pages too. No bullshit. But still, bro, like, this is what you get paid to do. You're part of the DOJ. You need to have this shit clean, cut, and crisp. Like, come on, man. But yeah, I even heard some stuff about MJ too, about how people were just, well, not even people, but, well, yeah, individuals were trying to paint him as some weirdo when in all reality he wasn't anything like that. And then they made a comparison how, he had a safe haven called Neverland, right? While at the same time, Epstein had his island. And it was kind of like, MJ's version of trying to protect these kids by bringing them to Neverland. Whereas there were other kids out there in the world that were being stolen and being done in the most disgusting ways at Epstein's Island.
Any of that kind of stuff. Regardless, tons of new information is now available, and it's morbidly fascinating to see just how much reach this person has. Not only are various well-known powerful figures being named in these documents, Epstein also seems to have a hand in so much more than you could ever imagine, from video game microtransactions to political influence on 4chan. In the interest of bringing more awareness to the story, we'd like to talk about some of the highlights as well as the internet discussions taking place around this subject. So, just let you know, trigger fucking warning, all that stuff. It's insane. The absurdity of these files is unbelievable. I think more people should know about it. It seems like right now the discussion feels deafening.
And before I clicked this video, it had 1.8 million views in 11 days. And it's like, bro, this is Papa Meat too. A big channel on YouTube. Like, this story needs more attention. 1.8 million in 11 days? Bro, there's billions of people on the planet. You know how... we ain't finna get into the difference between a million and a billion, but please take into, perspective. This is life-shattering information that is public, yet it feels like less than a third of Americans even know about what the fuck is going on.
With the amount of stuff that's happening and people know about it, but it is unbelievable. Still, the amount of people that do not know, don't think it's real, or just don't care, or whatever. So I would like to take time to talk about this, just to, I don't know, be a person being like, hey, by the way, this is going on. A lot of bad shit in this video. Just letting you know, this is the warning.
Yeah.
One of the most reoccurring revelations we see throughout these endless editions of files is just how many high-profile people are involved. One of which being President Donald Trump, who is supposedly referenced well over 5,300
times. Oh my gosh, 5,300 times, bro. And it's like, again, with this video, I'm not trying to say exactly what I've heard until I hear Papa Meat say it, right? And then I can say it. Because again, I ain't trying to get flagged, shadow banned, killed by the CIA.
times, once more alleging all sorts of sexual misconduct and bolstering the idea that he was much closer to Epstein than he is willing to admit. And in response, he simply states that, quote, very important people told him that the information in the recent drop of the files absolves him, giving basically zero further details about whatever the fuck that means. People closely related to Trump were also named, like his Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick. He publicly stated that in 2005, he and his wife stopped associating with Epstein after an uncomfortable early interaction they had visiting his mansion located just next door to them in New York. After noticing a massage table in the center of the house, Epstein was told that he gets massages every day. He then stepped uncomfortably close to him and claimed he gets, quote, the right kind of massage, which supposedly revolted them so much they never wanted to see him again.
Socially, for business, even philanthropy. If that guy was there, I wasn't going because he's gross.
This is all very suspicious considering that emails released in the files prove that he was planning a trip to Epstein's Island in 2012, years later. Further documents even show that they
interesting. Philanthropy, geography, he's gross. Yo, when you finna let me slide too, bro? I'm trying to see what's going on. I'm trying to party. I'm trying to have fun. Be not overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good.
And to work together in 2018. The files make claims about even more world leaders. For example, FBI sources also claim that Jeffrey Epstein was the wealth manager of Vladimir Putin. The same goes for Zimbabwean President Robert Mugabe. Andrew Mountbatten Windsor, formerly known as Prince Andrew, had his royal title stripped away due in part to his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. While he constantly denies this, the new files show further conversations with Epstein on top of images of him kneeling over an unidentified woman who could potentially...
Yeah, I remember seeing this picture. I'm like, what are we doing? Niggas barefoot. Homie in the back got his feet kicked up. I hope y'all can see that. I might be blocking it. Got his feet kicked up on his table. And
be a 25-year-old Russian woman and not a child. Other high-powered wealthy people such as Steve Tisch, the co-owner of the New York Giants, were seen exchanging vulgar messages about women Epstein was planning on hooking up with, though he publicly states that he never took him up on his offer. I never did it. It's not like I ever actually did it though. Football. Hey.
Bruh.
Why did we trade Saquon? God. There are even big names in the tech space that are involved. Not just Sergey Brin, one of Google's co-founders, but Bill Gates himself. Even years after Epstein pled guilty to soliciting prostitution from minors in 2011, Bill Gates was continuing to spend time with them, despite his now ex-wife Melinda Gates urging him not to. This is part of the reason they got divorced in 2021. The recent file...
He liked kids. She wasn't fucking with it. So she left his ass. Wow. And it's like, bro, this reaches so far. Nigga, Bill
reveal allegations from Epstein that Bill Gates was cheating on his then wife and trying to hide a sexually transmitted disease he obtained from, quote, Russian girls. Part of the emails, which Epstein strangely only sent to himself, includes a claim that Gates was trying to request antibiotics that he would, quote, surreptitiously give to Melinda. Bill completely denies these claims, calling them absolutely absurd, which Epstein desperately wanted Gates to join a business venture, so the narrative is that this is blackmail and the truth of the whole situation's unclear, but come on, dude. Well, that's the easiest thing, too, is people can just say, it's blackmail. No!
That was the
Come on!
He was blackmailing people, though. He get you in trouble and then be like...
I mean, don't get me wrong. He had fodder to blackmail you, but it's another thing, too, of like, I didn't talk to that guy anymore. It's like, you ain't hanging out with him after he got arrested for child sex trafficking in 2011? Like, kind of. He has jet skis. I really want to know the justification when people are like, well, yeah, I talked to him, but it's just because I love fishing. I love deep sea fishing. That's the only place I could do it.
Like, bro. And even as I watch this video and I am the information is not refreshed on my mind. It's like, Bill Gates, is that the Apple nigga or the Microsoft dude? One of them. It's like, I still have an iPhone in my pocket. I'm still using a Windows laptop.
Elon Musk and Epstein were connected as well. There are messages dating him as far back as 2012 showing that he aimed to take a trip to Epstein's island. Once again, this is well after Epstein became a convicted sexual offender. Just putting that out there. 2011, 2012. It's a full year, a full calendar year. And one of these emails, Elon asks what day/night will be the wildest party. In a separate follow-up email, it reads, quote, do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of sanity this year, and so once my kids head home after Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for.
A peaceful island experience is the opposite.
Keep that freaky shit on your page from my uncle. You's a freaky ass nigga.
These niggas are putting Diddy to shame, bro. They making him not look that bad. They are making the Diddy parties look like another day at Chuck E. Cheese. Homie said a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for. I'm trying to get freak nasty. And niggas still gonna be driving Teslas.
Or
Whoa.
I don't care if he's like, he had amazing jet skis and whatever. With everything we know now, how else could you take it? I want to get wild.
That's like saying the same thing to Diddy. I want to get wild at the Diddy party.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh,
yeah.
If Diddy was like, I want to throw another whiteout party, whatever. You kind of look at that in a different fucking light now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Diddy and me should get loose at your island party. And I don't mean a calming thing. I want to get fucking buck wild. Also, mind you, you're emailing this to a guy that got arrested for child sex trafficking a year before. That's like going up to the BTK killer and being like, can you teach me how to fucking tie some knots? Is it not? Oh, I mean, he knows how to tie knots. Yeah.
Come on, man. He's like really good at tying knots. Come on. That's all I wanted to know. If y'all don't know the BTK killer, oh my gosh, what was his name? Like Dennis something? I actually gave a speech about him in college. Disgusting. Homie legit told on himself though. He was committing crimes. Took like, how long was a break? I think it was like maybe a decade. He had just like stopped killing and then he started again. Homie was sick, bro. One story that I did speak about was he went into his family's house, tied up mom and dad in the bed, offed them, took their daughter to the basement or another room, tied her up and pulled out his, you know what, started jorking it to this little girl tied up in front of him. Like, nigga might have went to... Nah, he definitely wasn't at the island. He would have probably... But then again, though, nah, I don't think so. Because I was finna start bringing up some serial killers. You know, Jeffrey, Ted Bundy, right? Like, these serial killers. I wonder if any one of them partook in some of these parties. Because it's like, that's right up their alley. Even though they would kind of take it to the next level, you know. in terms of that part of. But then again, I'm getting too deep.
Holy fuck. These messages are absurd considering Elon had long since attacked people for associating with Epstein, including Donald Trump himself,
Wow.
as recent as last year. Also, there was some other emails shared around, like the Girls for the Win or the Epic Vacation email meme is not real, apparently. So, just saying. There's a couple that there are files of the emails that are real and some that are not. The one being where fucking Epstein called Elon, like a fucking buzzkill or something like that. That one's fake. Even though people were like, that is awesome. Which also, that's another thing too, is people being like, that is so funny that Epstein thought Elon was a buzzkill. And you're like, that's hysterical, actually. God. One of the many FBI tips related in the files are from a woman who alleges that she was drugged and sexually abused on many occasions. She claims rapper Pusha T was one of her, quote, handlers, and that she once woke up.
Jay-Z, Harvey Weinstein, and Pusha T mentioned. And I seen a TikTok and they were like, oh, now it makes sense how Jay-Z got Beyonce. And I was just like, damn, that nigga was on that island too, bro. Some of y'all's favorite rappers was on that island doing not who knows what. You know what they were doing. And you still finna
In a room with both Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein. Good fucking God.
Yeah, there's monsters around here.
The files are also filled with various forms of media that are quite unnerving, not just images of young children, but locations from Epstein Island that have ignited all sorts of conspiracy theories online. And these photos range from bizarrely designed buildings like striped houses to what seems to be a dentist's office surrounded by poorly crafted face masks resembling real known figures. Just very weird, culty.
That is very weird.
It almost makes it seem like every conspiracy theorist that you hear about this shit was right.
That's actually the consensus on Twitter now.
Really?
Well, there's a lot of emails that I saw. I don't know if they're actually real, but they're doing things of like, I want a cheese pizza and like a.
Well, I was gonna say the Pizzagate thing.
Yeah.
Everyone laughed about that. Whatever.
But, yeah, the thing is, from what I understand, it's like the one pizza place they were pointing to wasn't actually like that was innocent, supposedly.
I'm just saying, if you're in Jeffrey Epstein's email list, emailing a motherfucker about cheese pizza, you don't have to be a waterhead to realize that motherfucker ain't talking about cheesy bread.
Yeah, that nigga is not talking about Little Caesars down the street. That nigga talking about something else. And it's like, even with, oh my gosh, and this is gonna hurt to say, there are some emails. I don't know if they're true. I haven't seen them yet. But everybody's favorite president. Yeah. Barack. Talking about hot dogs and pizzas. I think one of the emails was like he wanted like, I don't even know, 500, 1,000 hot dogs. Whatever the fuck that means. I don't know who can down 1,000 glizzies. Not I, but I don't know. That part, I will say it's all speculation. Come on, man.
Right? Am I wrong? I mean, it's just one of those things where it's like, why are we even giving this the benefit of the doubt? Well, I mean, who knows? It's like, we got enough proof. Okay? Ain't no way. I'm not fucking messaging Jeffrey Dahmer about breadsticks and soda pop. Hey, right. Jeff, you want to go get breadsticks and soda pop? You're talking about a fucking Puerto Rican guy at a gay club. You know what I mean? Am I wrong? Good God. Ugh. One of the most unexpected discoveries is that Epstein might be partially responsible for microtransactions in the biggest FPS of all time, Call of Duty. In an email from 2012, 4 months before microtransactions were added to Black Ops 2, former Activision CEO Bobby Kotick thanked Epstein for an offer and for the fun he had with him and his team of experts.
Huh?
Throughout a specific email conversation among Pablos Holman, Epstein, and Bobby Kotick, the trio discusses this topic and are all in agreement. Pablos is also quoted saying, quote, "I'm all for indoctrinating kids into an economy. People took it to the next level by giving the claims validity simply because the abbreviation for the name of the in-game currency in Call of Duty is called fucking CP. How? How?
Damn. Again, now this I will say could be reached, but again, imagine it isn't. Because again, isn't that also a thing like, what is it, karmic retribution? Karmic something. Basically, if you did something bad, the only way to stop karma from getting you is to, in a way, say what you did. Admit to what you're doing. Think, for instance, the whole Balenciaga-ish. We remember this. This was some years ago. They had, the little page or a group of photos depicting very disturbing images. And then when you take Balenciaga, you put it in Google Translate, you turn it into what is it, Latin? The Latin translation. And it refers to something very, very dark. It's like, this is all on purpose. They had that name for so many years. People just say, oh, it sounds cool, you know, not knowing what it actually means. But for the company, for the people behind it, that was their way of karmic retribution. Hey, we're telling you what you're buying into, right? Just in a way that you might not figure out yet. But hey, we told you, right? That's the way of saving their ass. I told you what you're getting into and you still got into it, so I can't be held accountable for what comes next.
Conversations occurred around the same time that Epstein was banned from Xbox Live. In
Damn.
December of 2013, Epstein's account was banned for, quote, harassment threats and or the abuse of other players, meaning he was on mic potentially arguing with teens or young adults and threatening them. Enough so that you get kicked from the fucking game, even though you know personally the fucking guy who made the game. And they were still like, yeah, we have got to kick him. He had that much time.
Imagine.
How much time do billionaires have?
All the time in the world.
You
baby.
have all the time.
Yeah, you legit got all the time in the world. Like, you remember back in the day when you were younger, you would go over to the bro's house on like a Friday night after school, and y'all would stay up all night playing the game. You would come back home on the weekend, wake up. Some of y'all niggas probably didn't even brush y'all teeth, but I remembered like my perfect weekend. Saturdays, wake up, go to the restroom, brush my teeth, go to the kitchen, grab me a bowl of cereal, something. Come back in the room, turn on my PlayStation, and just game all day. Wouldn't even get up to go shower until like 10 p.m. that night. This is how much time billionaires have. All the time in the world.
You get to a spot where I'm guessing it's just the money is just coming and you don't have to do anything, to where you have enough time to literally be in a room alone with yourself on mic yelling at children in Call of Duty. This is not the only reason he was banned. Xbox would send a second message revealing that they also banned him for being a registered sex offender. Good on Xbox. Oh shit. Okay.
Wait, that came second?
Yeah, I was gonna say that came second. Well, this adult is verbally abusing children. Oh, nope, he's a sexual offender. Okay, no more Call of Duty and Halo for you, buddy. The recent batch of files also revealed that Epstein was an avid enjoyer of Battle Royale games. In an email, Epstein was excited about the upcoming Battle Royale mode added to Black Ops 4 and wanted to buy stock in Activision, thinking it would be a big success. And in the same email, he also mentions Fortnite, which online investigators found was allegedly one of his favorite games. There are pages of documents mentioning Fortnite, and one in particular showed that.
Bro, this is just like what you call it, a trigger word, a buzzword for me. Like Fortnite. I just hear Fortnite and I just start to smile. I'm just like, it's been a minute since I played some Fortnite too. But not to take away from how disgusting this nigga is. Fortnite is a great game though.
Epstein had purchased $26 worth of V-Bucks.
That's it? Wait, what happened?
Purchased $26. Pages of documents mentioning Fortnite, and one in particular showed that Epstein had purchased $26 worth of V-Bucks.
Nigga, you're a billionaire. The fuck you cheaping off for? Hell no.
This led down to a rabbit hole that allegedly uncovers his old account by matching the username Little Jeff 1.
Littlest Jeff.
Littlest. By matching the username Littlest Jeff 1 to a YouTube email that showed the account had the same name. Here's the thing, saying about that and the video game stuff, because it sounds absurd and like who gives a fuck. It's just the sheer reach, and it's just that it is in everything. It's fucking makes you just, like in every aspect of life, of anything. It seems like this motherfucker had his hand in it. It's insane. Yeah. 4chan is notorious for dark and seedy posts, but it turns out that Epstein might have had a hand in creating one of its most polarizing pages. The poll board is one of the most active boards in all of 4chan and is known for cultivating a lot of horrible beliefs that are now popular in American politics. Epstein was a regular user of 4chan, and one of his favorite places to visit and share was the U board, or the 4chan Yuri board. He also regularly viewed Overwatch porn, and at one point emailed a Five Nights at Freddy's porn gift to a friend from a thread about Mercy Doggy Styles POV. What? Mercy Doggy Style POVs with the subject, quote, amazing animations.
I don't even know anymore.
A true purveyor of the arts. What's interesting about this is just that, like, I feel like sometimes people think it's like this extravagant, eyes wide shut, oh, it's mansions and it's delicate and it's fine art. And it's like, no, he's just as, it's all the shit that, like, is normalized with normal culture and your regular down to earth people, whatever. It's like, no, this is still the same shit that they're sending each other, except they have their hands in everything. He also had ties to 4chan's creator Chris Poole and was very fond of him, often calling him, quote, interesting and bright. In a recent released email, both Epstein and Chris met up and chatted a day after political user board was created, leaving many to believe that Epstein had some sort of influence in the creation of the board. And if true, this would mean he is responsible for creating some of the most heinous online cultures and movements within the last 2 decades. This bombshell discovery led to people scrubbing the board for any post from or related to Epstein, and this led to a post from 2019 alleging that Epstein was swapped out with a decoy inmate the morning he was found dead. Roberto Grijalava was a guard at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, where Epstein was held, and made a post on the political board on the day Epstein was found hanging in a cell. In the post, he alleges that at 4:15 a.m., Epstein was removed from his cell and taken to a medical care in a wheelchair, but not a single nurse on duty ever saw or spoke to him. Next, an unmarked van pulls up and a man in a military gear gets out of the back. The van did not sign in, and the license plate was never recorded. After that, Epstein was moved to a single-person cell where he was found dead that morning. At first, people were skeptical of the claim until documentation was found confirming that Roberto was working at the correctional facility at this time. Not only that, but the post was subpoenaed for court records. With all this talk around 4chan, another famous theory has been revived now that more files have been released. Pizzagate was a massive conspiracy theory in 2016, which alleged that high-ranking members of the Democratic Party were linked to a pedophilia ring located inside a local pizza shop in...
I was going down, and then I was like, oh, because Democrats, Republicans, Obama was a Democrat. So if, say, all of this was just a dream, right? I would, I guess you could say, lean more towards Democratic representatives. But now when you actually realize that there really is no Democrat, Republican, there is no left and right. They're all controlled by the same motherfucker. Or MF. It really don't matter who you choose. It's all going the way that they want it to. For now, at least. But yeah, bro. He's probably finna bring up everybody's favorite president.
Washington, D.C. The reason for its revival is that numerous files use the word pizza in different contexts, such as head counts for pizza and asking if anyone in Austin wanted pizza. During the original Pizzagate scandal, people began incorrectly linking foods to children using keywords like ice cream, cheese, or hot dogs. Now it seems like people are doing the same thing, making large assumptions about the connections between specific food-based words and the evil things that took place on Epstein's island. It's important to take all of this with a grain of salt, as many of the messages are strange and could be interpreted as cryptic. But due to the evil things that are actually occurring, it's almost like...
The fuck that nigga say? Alright, ideally I would need a silicone replica of my butt that I could use as a form to bake on top of it. Would silicone be okay for it? What time Thursday is good for you? So this nigga wanted a silicone version of his ass to bake cake on top of. Alright.
Could be interpreted as cryptic. But due to the...
And then this nigga said, butt cake sounds great, but I need a pizza. Whatever the fuck that means.
Evil things that are actually occurring, it's almost like anything and everything is possible. There was a lot of disinformation in 2016, and many people are concerned that the same thing is happening again with the recent revival of this topic. Many popular claims online are being proven false by the day, so I'm sure even when this comes out, shit will have been proven false. So you gotta do the research, so take everything we're saying with a grain of salt. For example, one post gaining tons of traction online is that Epstein had a bank account named Baal after a religious demonic figure. This is likely because of a typo in a document after it was scanned through an OCR software that was the phrase bank name replaced with Baal name. Which I don't know, dude. Motherfucker probably does have a bank account named Ball.
And that's where they draw the line.
I'm the devil. Yeah, exactly. It's probably bank. No, probably motherfucker thought he was the devil. Okay? Because of how powerful and wide-reaching Jeffrey Epstein was, it seems like he had an influence in way more than you would expect. It's hard to make sense of it all. But don't let the goofier side of these conspiracy theories and the jokes online deter you from the fact that this person has committed some of the most fucked up crimes in recent human history, and that it's involved with so many people that are in the public light. I mean, it's just fucking insane. And now it's become so normalized where people will joke about, like, oh, are you on Epstein's list? That I feel like it's like, not keeping in mind just how fucking horrible it is, you know? I know people in time, as time goes on, the more, you know, it's almost like 9/11 jokes or it's whatever, where it's just a horrible atrocity, but over time we're able to stomach it. But it feels like even after this person's been gone, so much more is still being revealed, and like it feels like the shit's still going on, you know? And we're finding out more about these fucking evil people that are still walking among us. It's just fucking creepy, and I want to take time to, you know, just talk about it. It's fucking insane, man. It's fucking absolutely insane. Also, some of the emails too, is it real about the whole, like, what is it, George Bush eating baby shit out of people's intestines or like, or whatever the fuck it is? Some of these claims are so insane. In your brain, my initial reaction to it is there's no way. But at the same time, there's a fucking pedophile island where people go vacation and have fun at. I don't know anymore, dude. I don't know.
I can't wait for the Netflix documentary.
And Netflix will be right there. Can we make a documentary of it? Or that motherfucker who makes the Monster show.
Oh,
Monster Jeffrey Epstein. And he'll try to do something and make him like, well, this is why he did it. He like always sympathizes the fucking serial killers. Isn't that weird?
yeah.
Whatever. I don't know. It's this is just such a crazy topic.
Speaking of when I had Netflix, I only had it for a month because, you know, I was into Stranger Things. The latest season dropped. I was like, yo, I'm finna tap in. So I got it for a month, and right before it ended, my subscription, I started watching Monster of Ed Gein, Texas Chainsaw. I got to like episode 2, and the subscription went out, and I'm not paying for it again, at least at this point in time. But I did not know that about the whole creator behind Monster. But anyways, that'll be it for the video. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free. Let me know what you think. All right. Hey, he didn't mention Barack, so he might be in the clear. But again, y'all take it easy. Y'all stay safe. Stay out of trouble. Stay off the list. And I'm going to see y'all in the next one.